Dear students, today we are just going to complete this third exercise. The last topic is law of conservation of energy in second chapter. Okay, so just there is a one proof in this. So first, what is the meaning of this law of conservation of energy, and then I am going to just demonstrate you how you can prove this law of conservation of energy. Students, law of conservation of energy means the energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, it's very famous line is this. Okay, it may be transformed from one form to another form, but the total energy of the system remains constant. It means the sum total of energy in this universe is a constant quantity. It cannot be created and nor can it be destroyed. Okay, so no matter what the forms it takes. Okay, so always this type of the energy is conserved in the universe. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the demonstration, the mathematical explanation of this law of conservation energy, and I will show you at each and every point the totals of sum of the total of energy is always remain the same. Okay, so I'm just taking the ball here, and this ball I'm taking at the three different places. 1, 2, and 3 places. I'm giving the name. This is A, this is B, this is C. My C point is very close to the ground. Okay, the total height from of a ball from this point A to this ground, I am thinking it is H. Okay, from A to B, I am taking the distance is X. Okay, so that means the B to C distance is become H minus X. Okay, so I'm just considering the one. You can consider it is a ball, you can consider it is a stone. Okay, the three different points. I am leaving this ball from the point A. Okay, suppose the mass of the ball is m. Okay, and I am leaving this ball from a height h. Okay, at the point of A. So I am just taking here the three cases. Now the case 1. Case 1, where the ball is at the position A. Okay, case 1 is position A. Okay, so when the ball is in my hand, that time the velocity is 0. When the ball is in my hand, I am leaving this ball from a height A. So when I am leaving this ball at that particular moment, ball is in my hand, so that means the V is 0. Velocity. Okay, velocity is 0. If the velocity is 0, that means the kinetic energy, formula of kinetic energy is half mv square. So when you substitute the value B here, so it will come in 0. Okay, now the potential energy. To find the potential energy, we use the formula mgh. So in this formula mgh, the h is the height where your object is shifted from the ground. So here the ball, it is at the position A, at the point A. So the height from the ground is h. So that means potential energy is mgh. So now the total energy of ball is become potential energy plus kinetic energy. Okay, potential energy plus kinetic. So potential energy is mgh and the kinetic energy is 0. So total energy is become mgh. Okay, I am giving the expression this one, x case 1. Clear? Okay. Now I am coming on the second case. Case 2. In case 2, I am considered my ball is at the point B. So that means my ball is moved from point A to point B and is covered the distance x. So at the point of B, the height from the ground is h minus x. So it means the potential energy is at the point B. Okay, so that means I am just writing it here, position. Okay, so at position B, the potential energy is become mg h minus x. Now the ball is here, so the height from the ground is h minus x. So that means it is mg h minus x. Now I am going to calculate here the kinetic energy. So I have to check here at the point of A, your velocity is 0. But at the point of B, there is some certain velocity. So I am just going to find out the velocity at the point of B. So for this I am using here the Newton's law of motion, and I am using the formula v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Okay, now v square, okay, minus u. V is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, s is the displacement. Initially ball is in my hand. Okay, so you can write here it is v, or you can write here it is u. Okay, so this is initial velocity, ball is in my hand, so that means the initial velocity is 0. So that means it is a v square is equal to 2. Now it is acceleration, and acceleration due to gravity, because ball I am leaving, so it is acceleration due to gravity. So a is change in term of g, and s the displacement. The ball is coming from A to B, so the distance that is covered by the ball is x. So it is become 2gx. Okay. Now I am coming on the formula of kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy is half mv square. So it is half m into v square. That means it is 2gx. So 2 and 2 will be cancelled here. So it is coming. Okay. Now the total energy in this case, potential energy plus kinetic energy. So potential energy is mgh minus mgx, and your kinetic energy is mgx. So mgx and mgx is cancelled. So now your total energy is mgh. I am giving this name. Now just see the case 1 and case 2. At the point A, the total energy is also mgh, and position B, the total energy is also mgh. In the law of conservation of energy, we are not saying this thing if at point A kinetic energy and point B the kinetic energy will remain same. No, no potential energy or kinetic energy individually will remain the same. The total, the sum total of energy, okay, always in the law of conservation of energy means the sum total of energy is a constant quantity. Okay, so that means the potential energy plus kinetic energy at any point is always remain the same. Okay, so now I am coming on the case 3. Okay, now in case 3, my position is C. Okay, when the ball is very close to the ground, that time your height is approximately 0, and when the height is approximately 0, your potential energy is 0, because mgh, h is 0, so potential energy is 0. Clear? Okay, now again I have to check the velocity at the point of C. So I am just going to again using the law of Newton's law of motion, and I am using the same formula v square minus u square is equal to v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Now initial velocity is again 0, so it is 0 to a, instead of a we will write the g, but now the height, the distance that is covered by your ball from the point A to the point C is h. That means it is v square is equal to 2gh. Okay, now the kinetic energy half mv square. Okay, so kinetic energy is half mv square, so v square we are substituting is 2gs. I'm just erasing this case 2 also. Okay, so kinetic energy is half mv square, so it is half m instead of v square. I'm substituting this one here, 2g. So 2 and 2 is cancelled, so it will become mh. Now the total energy is potential energy plus kinetic energy. So potential energy is 0, kinetic energy is mgh. So my total energy at the point C is coming mgh. Okay, so in the expression 1, 2 and 3 you will see the total energy is always coming mgh. Okay, so from these three relations, so what we can conclude that the sum total of energy in the system of ball, or you can say of a stone and the earth, is a constant quantity at all points. In this one A, B and C. Second thing, the potential energy change into the kinetic energy during the free fall of a stone. Conversely also you can say, if the stone is projected upward, the kinetic energy will change in terms of potential energy. Okay, when you leave the ball from a certain height, your potential energy is changed into the kinetic energy, and when you are throwing the ball in the upward direction, your kinetic energy will change into potential energy. Okay class, so this is the law of conservation of energy. You have to prepare this very well, because in the board exams last year, I think 2015-16, they have asked this one, the prove that law of conservation. So it's very important for you for the board purpose also. Okay students, in the law of conservation of energy, the second model is I am taking here the one simple pendulum. Okay, so I am just taking here a simple pendulum. Okay, this is my bob. I have suspended from the point O. This point A is the mean position of my bob. Okay, so now I am just showing the law of conservation of energy in a simple pendulum. Okay, so this is the point A, and this point A is called the mean position of the bob. Now I am just shift this bob from the point A to a point C. Okay, giving the name is point C. Okay, so when the pendulum is pulled to the position C, okay, so it gains the height. Yeah, actually this is the mean position. Okay, so when I pulled this bob to the position C, it gains the height. So that means at the position C, it has maximum potential energy. That means at the point C, it has maximum potential energy because of due to the height. Okay, and when at the point of C, the ball is in my hand. Okay, because I just shifting this point ball from point A to the point C, the ball is in my hand. So if the ball is in my hand, so that means the kinetic velocity is 0. So that means the kinetic energy of my pendulum, of my bob, is 0. Okay, so that means here the kinetic energy is 0. Yeah, kinetic energy is 0. Okay, now suppose now the pendulum is released from the position C and it moves towards the position A because of due to the gravity. Okay, so when the pendulum is released from the position C, okay, it moves toward the position A. Okay, so when it moves towards the position A, its velocity start increasing. Okay, and due to the increase in the velocity, its kinetic energy is also start increased. But height of the pendulum, height of the bob is start to reduce, because at the mean position we are taking height is approximately, height is 0, not approximately, height is 0. So when your bob is moved, start the move from point C to the point A, the velocity will start increasing. So that means the kinetic energy will start increasing. Okay, but height is start decreasing. So that means potential energy is decreases. They are understood this point. So due to the increase in the velocity, its kinetic energy is increases, but at the expense of the potential energy. Okay, so when your bob is reached to the position A, okay, it has maximum kinetic energy, but potential energy is 0. Okay, so that means here the total energy is mgh. Okay, so total energy here, maximum potential energy is mgh plus 0, it is mgh. Here the total energy is kinetic, maximum kinetic energy is mgh, we have proved in the previous case. So mgh plus 0, now it is mgh. Okay, now this pendulum is swing from the position A to new position B due to the momentum of the bob. Okay, so now I am giving this name is point B. So my bob is moved from point A to the point B due to the momentum of bob. When it is going to move from point A to point B, again it gains height, and hence the potential energy is start increasing. Clear? But because it is going upwards, so its velocity start decreasing. Okay, so velocity decreases, and hence the kinetic energy is decreasing. Okay, so that means when it reaches to the position B, again it is having the maximum potential energy, but kinetic energy is 0. Again, it means in this point the total energy is h. Okay, so that means it is very clear that in the system of the pendulum and earth, the energy is conserved. Okay, so it is the potential energy is changed into the kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy is changed into the potential energy. Okay, now the last topic is the dissipation of energy. Okay, dissipation of energy means when a body falls from a height and it strikes the ground. Okay, it may comes to rest, or sometimes it rebounds. Okay, if it comes to the rest, then the whole of its energy is conserved, or you can say converted into heat and sound energy. Okay, so these energies are diffused into the surrounding space, so they cannot be further utilized for doing any useful work. So the energy which is transformed from a useful form to a useless form is called the dissipation of energy. Understood? The phenomena of transformation of energy from a useful form to a useless form, or you can say unuseful form, is known as dissipation of energy. Yeah? So when your ball or your stone or anything is striking the ground, the body begins to rebound. Sometimes it may be stopped, okay, come to rest, or sometimes it may be rebound. Okay, so if it will be rebound also, then height to which it rebounds is decreases every time. If you leave the ball from a height, suppose this one, so the first rebounds, it will be reach here, the second rebounds, it is reach here, third, it is, so it is always the rebound height is start decreasing. Okay, so that means, and after a certain interval of time it comes to the rest. So a part of its energy is changed into the heat and the sound energy in every rebound, and ultimately the body comes to the rest, and further there is no rebound on this. the heat and sound energy thus formed are diffused into the surrounding space. So this transformation of energy from a useful to the unuseful, or you can say useless form, is known as dissipation of energy. So this is the last topic of your chapter. Okay.